Here's your wrestling news for November 27th, 2020. And your headlines for today include: top star injured, TLC pay-per-view in jeopardy. Former Universal Champion to join Retribution? Edge now hated backstage, reasons why. The Rock electrifies Thanksgiving parade. WWE hiding huge news from superstars. WWE staying in AMWAY Center even longer. Wrestling legend suffers heart attack. Hall of Famer makes shocking claim at Kurt Angle. New WWE documentary confirmed. WrestleMania 37 facing problems. Former superstar claims WWE broke the law. Dark Side of the Ring episode canceled. Backstage details behind Undertaker's retirement, and more. We are kicking off today with news from Raw, and though Braun Strowman was once the favorite to be Drew McIntyre's next opponent at WWE TLC, it might not be his kayfabe suspension that keeps him from the show. On Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer noted that he heard Strowman was injured and that the headbutt attack on Adam Pearce and subsequent suspension from appearing in the Thunderdome was designed to write him off TV for an unknown period of time. It's believed that the former Universal Champion could have injured his knee during the Men's Survivor Series elimination match, though it's uncertain at this time. Next week's Raw will feature a triple threat match between Riddle, AJ Styles, and Keith Lee to determine McIntyre's next challenger. And though it's expected that the suspended Monster Among Men will have some influence on this match, now nothing is certain thanks to this rumored injury. Speaking of Braun, the Monster Among Men wasn't too happy about his suspension, even taking to Twitter to use some less than PG language about his situation. But it's the responses he received that have got fans talking. In one reply, Retribution's T-Bar tagged Mustafa Ali so their leader could see Strowman's frustration at WWE, leading some fans to speculate on Braun becoming the next member of Retribution. With reports of WWE once again turning Strowman heel, having him join the stable isn't the worst idea, and having a former Universal Champion in their team would certainly help the group become relevant once again. Retribution have been hurt, possibly irreparably, by bad booking ever since the group was introduced, and at this point, having Strowman become their next member may be all that can save the group from becoming completely irrelevant. We've got Edge news next, as though the Hall of Famer has established himself as one of the all-time greats in the ring and a deserving member of the WWE Hall of Fame. It seems the same can't be said backstage. We previously reported that the Rated R superstar is now working on Raw's creative team, but according to Ringside News, Edge isn't putting forth the same effort as Daniel Bryan has been doing with SmackDown. A source within WWE noted that Edge hasn't shown much dedication to working with creative, remarking, "Edge doesn't want to do it." It was also pointed out that talent that speak with Edge don't improve based on the advice he gives, and that the Hall of Famer has been frustrated with how long it takes for meetings to start. Though Edge was backstage at Survivor Series, he wasn't learning the backstage process, unlike Bryan, and we certainly hope that the Ultimate Opportunist is back from his triceps injury soon, as he doesn't seem to be making any friends in creative. Now, this Thanksgiving was unlike years prior thanks to the ongoing global situation, but the Macy's parade still took place, with one very special guest. As part of the parade of balloons, one inflatable was featured of The Rock, or more specifically a young Dwayne Johnson, to help promote the upcoming NBC show Young Rock, which is currently filming. This balloon was based on a photo the Great One shared of his younger years, where he's sporting a fanny pack, chain, and a tucked-in turtleneck sweater, a look even the future Hollywood A-lister couldn't pull off. Ethan Page, a talented entertainer in his own right, called the Rock balloon as the greatest float of all time, and now the most electrifying float of all time joins legends like SpongeBob and Clifford the Big Red Dog. Speaking of the Great One, The Rock is one of the few WWE superstars to make it big in Hollywood, but there could have been plenty of more crossover stars if WWE themselves hadn't gotten involved. That's according to Lisa Marie Varon, aka Victoria, who, while speaking to Wrestling Inc., claimed the company would often hide offers and opportunities made by films and TV shows from the roster. She said, "You get a lot of requests that you don't know about until you do some signings. They're like, 'Oh, I contacted WWE about this for you,' and I'm like, 'Oh, what did they say?' Either they never got back to them or they recommended somebody else." The former women's champion added that there was a focus for the wrestlers to focus on wrestling, but certain top stars like John Cena, Kane, and The Rock were immune from this rule. It's interesting that Victoria is revealing this now, as Charlotte Flair is receiving offers from shows and movies during her current WWE hiatus, And we can't help reportedly but wonder what Hollywood would be like today if WWE had let their superstars lay the smackdown on the silver screen. Now, we know that WWE is leaving the Amway Center and that the first show from Tropicana Field will be on December 11th, but there's plenty to do between now and then. According to Fightful, WWE's setup in Tropicana Field is taking much longer than first expected, as they're dealing with a much bigger open space. Thankfully for the company, this same report indicated that they will be getting a little bit more time in the Amway Center. As though it was previously reported they have to be gone by December 5th, it now seems they can stay until December 7th. If this is the case, that means that the December 7th Raw will be in Amway and the following SmackDown will be in Tropicana Field, allowing WWE to avoid the rumors of having to do a week of shows from the Capitol Wrestling Center. We'll have to see how smoothly WWE can make this transition between the two venues, but at least WWE has a bit more time to construct their brand new Thunderdome in St. Petersburg, Florida. We've got some worrying news to report next, as former WWE superstar Dwayne Gill has suffered a heart attack. Better known as Gillberg, a parody of Goldberg, this sad news was broken by James Ellsworth online on behalf of Gill's wife, as the two jobbers have become close friends outside of wrestling and even faced each other in Gillberg's retirement match. Ellsworth revealed that Gill suffered a heart attack on Wednesday, but noted that he's out of the ICU and doing well. Ellsworth also noted that Gill will hopefully be home by this weekend so he can get back to normal, and we at Slatrock are sending our best wishes to the man called Gillberg and hoping for a speedy recovery. Now, earlier this week, we covered a photo shared by Kurt Angle who looks to be in phenomenal shape, but one person who isn't too impressed is superstar Billy Graham. On Facebook, the WWE Hall of Famer claimed that the 51-year-old Olympic gold medalist has achieved this physique through steroids, saying, "With hard work, eating the right amount of protein, and taking plenty of roids, he has literally transformed himself into another person. I say congratulations to Kurt." Though Angle's problems with substance abuse are well known, there's no reason to believe that this photo is the result of steroids, a topic that Graham has discussed at length in the past. In November 2019, Graham said that the then NXT champion Adam Cole should take steroids, mere months after he encouraged Kofi Kingston to do the same shortly after his WWE Championship victory. An avid steroid user himself both before and during his time in WWE, Graham seems to think that everyone is either on the juice or needs it, but it's obvious things have changed in the decades since he was a top star. Fans can see Graham's career on the award-winning WWE Network, and now there's a new documentary coming to the company's streaming service. On Twitter, Keith Lee confirmed he'll be the subject of an upcoming episode of WWE 24, which will cover his struggles and victories in WWE. Lee has been pushed hard in 2020, capturing both the NXT Championship and becoming a big name on Raw, and it'll be interesting to see what's said on the newest episode of WWE 24. We're looking all the way ahead to WrestleMania 37 now, as the biggest show of 2021 isn't coming together just yet. According to a source from WWE Creative who spoke to Ringside News, gone are the days of WWE planning out WrestleMania 6 months in advance, as there's currently little to no plans for the show that'll happen next March. The closest to a plan for the show is that Vince McMahon is considering some ideas for top superstars, but they are just ideas at this point. One match that is reportedly being considered is Edge and Beth Phoenix versus The Fiend and Alexa Bliss, though that all depends on the Rated R superstar being healthy enough in time to compete. Given that WWE reportedly only has one match confirmed for TLC, and even that's in jeopardy thanks to Strowman's injury, it's not hard to see why there's no plans for WrestleMania 37. But with the show only 121 days away and the Royal Rumble only 58 days away, WWE will need to make some decisions soon. One person we know who won't be booked for WrestleMania is Zelina Vega, as she was released earlier this month, and the circumstances around her departure continue to send shockwaves in the wrestling community. During his Shooting Blanks wrestling report, former superstar Ryback made a huge claim against WWE's treatment of Vega, saying, "I promise you what they did was probably illegal. I think it was pretty apparent they made an example of her because she didn't go along with the flow on the Twitch like everybody else." Ryback also claimed that the company creates new paperwork on the fly and forces superstars to sign it, saying it's a damned if you do and damned if you don't situation. Time will tell whether Vega considers legal action against WWE, but with Andrew Yang promising to improve the working lives of wrestlers, either with or without a position in Joe Biden's upcoming administration, WWE may soon be receiving attention they don't really want. We are looking at Vice's Dark Side of the Ring next, as though fans are eagerly anticipating Season 3, one planned episode won't be making it to air. While speaking to Wrestling Inc., Anthony Anzaldo, the former manager of China, said that Vice approached him about making an episode about her, but he refused. Though Anzaldo added that Dark Side of the Ring reportedly offered him $1,500 for a sit-down interview with him about the ninth wonder of the world, that isn't the case according to the show itself. Instead, producer Evan Husney later issued a statement saying China won't be a topic in Season 3, as at the start of pre-production, they found several China-based projects already in the works and decided against featuring the Hall of Famer. Whatever the truth is, we know that China won't be in Season 3, but given wrestling's past, there's no shortage of topics for Vice's Dark Side of the Ring. Undertaker news next, as some fans, as well as The Godfather, weren't too happy about the Dead Man's final farewell at Survivor Series, and now we know who's to blame. According to PW Insider, it was WWE Chairman Vince McMahon himself who booked the segment, and he was said to be hands-on with the final farewell all day in the lead-up to the pay-per-view. The report also noted that Triple H likely had some input into the segment as well backstage, and both men spoke in the ring about the Phenom's legendary career. Though the segment had some critics, it seems to have gone down well with the majority of the WWE universe, and now, after 30 years in the company, The Undertaker himself can finally rest in peace. And we're ending today with news from WWE Champion Drew McIntyre, as now that he's recaptured the title, the Scottish superstar has revealed his next plans in WWE. Speaking to the Scotsman newspaper, McIntyre spoke about still wanting to have a full-fledged pay-per-view in the UK, and plans on harassing Vince McMahon until he makes it happen. McIntyre has teased a match with Tyson Fury in the past, and no doubt would love to face the boxing legend in the UK, but needs McMahon to make the call. Not including NXT or UK exclusive shows, the last main roster pay-per-view in the UK took place all the way back at SummerSlam 1992. But with the Scottish psychopath once again WWE champion, we're sure that McIntyre will be fighting to end this 28-year drought.